Level 1, check-in. The agent doesn't even look up. Passport. And where are you flying to? You slide it across. New York, 1 bag to check. She weighs it, tags it, then pauses. Window or aisle? Old you would have just nodded at anything, afraid that asking for something specific might expose how little English you actually had. Now you say it straight. Aisle, please. I like being able to get up. She smiles, types it in, and just like that, a preference became a sentence instead of a compromise. Level 2, security and the wait. A man barely looks up. Liquid's out. Laptop in a separate tray. You're already doing it before he finishes the sentence. Because you've heard this line in enough airports now that it lives somewhere permanent in your memory. He glances at your passport, waves you through. No words needed. 40 minutes later, hunger arrives. And you hit the cafe tucked between 2 gates. Hi. Could I get a small coffee, and do you have anything gluten-free? 1 breath, 2 questions, no stumble in between. We've got gluten-free banana bread, want it warmed up? You didn't even know that existed 10 seconds ago. Now it's the best part of your morning. Level 3, boarding. Zones get called out of order like always. You step up, hand over your pass, no second guessing the number. On the plane, the guy next to you leans over before you're even settled. Excuse me, could I trade seats? My wife's a few rows back. Old, you might have hesitated, unsure whether giving up a chosen seat meant losing something you'd work to get. New you doesn't blink. Of course, no problem. Bag grabbed, seat swapped, done in 10 seconds flat. Level 4, mid-flight. Drink cart rolls by. Anything to drink? Just water, and could I get the whole can? Small ask, delivered clean. No fear that asking for more than the minimum might come across as rude. She hands it over. No hesitation on either side. Somewhere over the ocean, the guy next to you gets talkative. So what takes you to New York? Old you answers in 3 flat words and lets it die there. New you actually tells him. He asks a follow-up. You answered that too. Small talk just happens now. No translation lag. No scramble for the second half once the first half is already out. Level 5, turbulence and the quiet hours. It hits sudden and sharp, and the flight attendant's voice comes through calm but firm. Please return to your seats and fasten your seatbelts. You don't need her to repeat it. Your hands move before your brain finishes catching up, and that's the whole point. The sentence didn't need translating, it just needed hearing. Later, somewhere past midnight, the man beside you falls asleep mid-sentence, and you sit there in the dark cabin thinking about the version of yourself who used to dread this exact moment. Boxed into a seat next to a stranger, praying they wouldn't try to talk. Now you kind of wish he'd wake back up. Level 6, landing and arrival. Pilot's voice comes on fast, half swallowed by static. You catch enough. Weather. Gate number. Local time. And I so to know exactly where you landed. At customs, an officer flips through your passport without looking at your face yet. Purpose of your visit? Visiting family. About 2 weeks. He stamps it, slides it back, already looking past you at the next person in line. No drama, no slow motion fear. Just a sentence that worked, the way sentences are supposed to. You step into the arrivals hall, and it hits you the same way it always does. That specific chaos of 100 conversations happening at once. Names on signs, hugs breaking out near the doors, announcements looping overhead. 6 months ago, this noise would have swallowed you whole. Tonight, it's just noise, background, nothing you need to fight through anymore. Your ride is waiting outside, texting you the second you clear the doors. The driver glances at you in the mirror. Long flight? Yeah, but not too bad. Actual, and you mean it, both parts of that sentence. The flight and everything else that used to represent.